Do you guys remember when the Uber CEO recently had this to say?
I personally believe that autonomous vehicles have to have superhuman levels of safety. I don't think it's good enough for them to be better than humans. They have to be multiple times better than humans, and Waymo's certainly proven that that's possible. Why not take that shot? I think in the near term it's going to be very difficult, and Elon would tell me I'm wrong, and never bet against him. But it's my instinct that in the near term, it's going to be very difficult to build a camera-only product that has superhuman levels of safety. And again, now, at some point, will it be possible? Quite possibly, yes. But if you can have instrumentation that includes cameras and LiDAR, and the cost of LiDAR, solid-state LiDAR now is $400, $500. Why not include LiDAR as well in order to achieve superhuman safety? Possible, it will be possible. I don't know when, but is the possible the better product? I'm not sure. All of our partners that we're working with now are using a combination of camera, radar, and LiDAR, and I personally think that's the right solution, but I could be proven wrong.
Well, after Waymo's truly embarrassing incident this week, power went out in San Francisco, no traffic lights, Waymo vehicles didn't know what the fuck to do, blocking traffic, blocking multiple lanes, blocking emergency vehicles, pissing off the locals, and truly epically failing the wide-scale IQ test. While Tesla's vehicles continued to operate seamlessly, he certainly was proven wrong. Elon Musk replying with a laughing emoji, rightly so. Now, in fairness, at the time this clip first surfaced a few months ago, I actually speculated as to whether or not he really believed what he was saying or just didn't want to offend the handful of quote-unquote partners attempting to solve autonomy in bed with Uber, who were all demonstrating a massive skill issue and an inability to solve autonomy with vision only, therefore dependent upon a clusterfuck of sensors. Now, the question he posed, why not include LiDAR, radar, gaydar, sonar, etc., has already been answered quite clearly by Elon Musk and Tesla. More sensors equals confusion, equals sensors disagreeing, equals then what do? It makes the software worse. And of course, as I've mentioned, trillions of times at least, I'm not even exaggerating, maybe a quadrillion times by now. There's already 1 billion plus examples of a dual camera system driving fairly safely. They're called humans. So we know it can work. So I still don't really know if he believed what he was saying or he just didn't want to say, well, I think all of our partners are fucked. They're all retarded and they shouldn't be using LiDAR and radar, but they are. They obviously have a massive skill issue and can't solve vision-only autonomy. Don't know if that's what he was thinking but didn't want to say, or he actually truly believed that LiDAR would be necessary. But I think it is safe to say that we no longer need to speculate as to whether or not LiDAR is necessary and or vision only could work, let alone is a superior product. In case anyone missed it or would like to see another reminder of the absolutely epic fail Waymo had, I saw this clip from Jason over on X.
Turns out there was a transformer that lit on fire for whatever reason. I've lived in San Francisco a lot. You have too. The power goes out sometimes. Not a big deal if you're just sitting in your apartment, light a candle, you'll survive. But it turns out if you are a Waymo self-driving car and you don't have traffic lights anymore, well, Jason, I'll show you what happens. This is, I don't think exactly what Waymo was promising the world, but if you watch this little clip, you'll see here in San Francisco a catastrophe. We have Waymos literally just stopped in intersections. They are blocking traffic, and the camera's going to pan back here, Jason, and you'll see just how many cars were backed up, and that sound you hear is horns. Look at this. Look at that traffic.
There were like 4 of them, 5 of them, it looks like, in that one intersection in 3 different lanes. The parking lane on the right, the middle lane, and the left lane, and then there's one in the intersection past the crosswalk. These are the edge cases that will be quickly solved. You can be sure that there's an emergency meeting going on of what do we do when power goes out. I wonder if this is just the lights going out or if the robotaxis made by Waymo need to be connected to the internet, and that when I was driving around these, and let me tell you, Uber drivers were not pleased with this situation.
I can imagine,
they were like, see?
We told you.
We told you. Keep the humans in the loop. I wonder if this had something to do with connectivity, because I was playing chess and I couldn't even make a chess move. So I think a lot of the routers and the 5G network were down. Maybe those are on some battery backups in some places, but we don't have redundancy. California is a disaster when it comes to the electrical grid because the electrical company has been blamed for the forest fires. Therefore, whenever there's wind of a certain gust, they basically turn power off proactively. And then there's water, and obviously, it's a bay, so if there's a lot of rain, flooding occurs. This is why you need redundant power and redundant internet. And I think this problem is solved pretty easily. This will be a one and done type situation. The next time this happens, these Waymos will be instructed to, on their own, without internet connections, just safely find a parking spot on the right side of the road, which was happening. I was watching in real time as either remote drivers, I think, were instructing these Waymos what to do, but they'll just program this into the stack, and this will be the first and last time you get to laugh at them doing this. They'll be like ballet dancers in Swan Lake making their way off the road, and it'll be just fine.
The reason why the connectivity argument struck me so like a good possibility is because if they didn't have that issue, then they could have just popped in remote drivers and solved the problem. They wouldn't leave 4 cars in the intersection, Jason, if they could get them out. So combination of connectivity, traffic lights, etc. Bit of a mess. Though I will say not every company had the exact same problem, and the owner of a different competing service actually had a comment about this, saying that, quote, Tesla robotaxis were unaffected by the SF power outage. And I don't like to make light of people's misfortunes, generally speaking, but in this case, I think it's a pretty fair comment, because if your arch rival has this public of a catastrophe, I think you can toot your own horn a little.
And I'll extend that comment a little further. If the entire industry and every so-called expert has been telling you, e.g. Tesla and Elon, you're doing it wrong, you need LiDAR, you need radar, everyone else is doing it this way, why aren't you? You're wrong, they're right. Yet you're on the record going back more than half a decade saying companies using LiDAR are doomed, it's unnecessary, blah, blah, blah. If you've done technical presentations to your nerdy investors and followers explaining why, you've removed radar from your vehicles and disabled it in your existing vehicles simply because it's confusing sensors, making the software less capable. You've explained all of this. I think you not only have every right to make a very neutral comment stating that the Tesla robotaxis were unaffected by the power outage, but actually to gloat and say, I told you so, which Musk didn't do, but probably would have been entitled to. The best we managed to get was simply this laughing emoji in response to a recent clip from the Uber CEO who was either defending his brain-dead customers or actually believes what he was saying. I, of course, on the other hand, am happy to be as obnoxious as possible and remind everybody that I did, in fact, tell everyone so. I have for many years been explaining exactly what would happen when a Waymo vehicle encountered a situation it had not been pre-programmed to handle. And this was case in fucking point. I'm not surprised, motherfuckers. By the way, just a quick heads up to my Patreon subscribers. I just posted a major update to my Tesla 10-year valuation, which extends all the way till 2035 and includes the bear case, the base case, the bull case, the hyper bull case, and a weighted average of all of those scenarios. My Patreon members will know where to find it. For everyone else, if you'd like to see it, just click the link in the pinned comment or the description to join Patreon. If you'd like to see not just the final outputs, which includes the bear case, base case, bull case, hyper bull case, and weighted fair valuation out till 2035. If you want to see the actual model itself, even a fully editable, downloadable version, got to join at the investor level and above. But all Patreon members can access the fair valuation over the next decade. So click the link in the pinned comment to join, or better yet, make your own fucking model, bitches. Here's the bottom line. Occasionally, an event will occur, which forces everyone across the chasm. Prior to then, we needed to use our brains a little bit to think and reason. You might have heard people doing this, for example, saying that Waymo has a very brittle and fragile solution to autonomy due to a skill issue, pre-map in HD, relying upon a bunch of sensors. As long as nothing changes, they're probably fine. But as soon as the environment shifts, something different occurs, the system will break. And in the best case scenario, the vehicles will just stop and cry for daddy to come and help because they don't know what to do, which is exactly what we saw Waymos do, or alternatively, become death machines on wheels. Thankfully, that did not occur. So prior to Waymo's epic fail, one needed to actually reason to see this. Hence, many people were unable to cross that chasm of reason because thinking hurts, so why bother thinking? But now, due to this power outage and the lights being out and the entire Waymo system breaking, everyone's been forced to cross. They didn't need to do the reasoning now because we can see with our very own eyes, no LiDAR necessary, the Waymo vehicles across the fucking fleet, dead, stranded, blocking traffic, a nightmare. Even the dimmest of dim now, having seen this Waymo fail, can't possibly think that what Waymo has developed is comparable to Tesla, let alone as capable. Now, to Jason's point that this will be the last time we ever see this happen, Waymo will just hard code some instructions as to what to do in this situation into the vehicle so it never happens again. He's probably right. What choice do they have? But this highlights a few things. Number one, Waymo does not have a general solution to autonomy, and their vehicles don't know how to drive. The fact that you would need to program a vehicle what to do in this situation versus it knowing what to do because it knows how to drive in all conditions tells you most of what you need to know. It is also a little puzzling as to why no one at the company had considered, wait, what happens in this particular situation? I mean, it does happen, right? Power does go out. I'm sure anyone who's ever driven enough will have themselves experienced a situation in which there was no power. The lights were out. This is one of the many advantages Tesla has in having a fleet of millions of vehicles on roads, collecting data. Essentially, every time a vehicle's on roads and new scenarios encountered, an edge case, their software can be trained on this. How many tens, hundreds, thousands of hours do you think Tesla's vehicle fleet has captured of similar situations? Power outages, no lights. What do you do? This incident, from a Tesla investor's point of view, wasn't really about Waymo's embarrassing fail. I mean, awkward as fuck, but hey, whatever. It was just what it revealed to people who haven't yet done the thinking and reasoning about what Tesla's developed with autonomy versus all of the so-called competition, who have very brittle and fragile autonomy. This was a perfect real-world demonstration. What happens in this situation in a Waymo versus a Tesla? Tesla vehicles continue to operate seamlessly. The Waymo vehicles, all dead, stopped in the middle of the road, emergency lights on, crying home for help. Hey, daddy, what do I do? I'm scared. Help, what do I do? Ouch. This highlights one of the biggest challenges Waymo faces, and boy, does it face many. A piss-weak, tiny little fleet. They can't capture massive amounts of data at scale because they don't have millions of vehicles on roads. So they don't get enough data capturing edge cases. And let's be honest here, a power outage in a major city is not that uncommon. This very public fail is just another example of what happens when you have a tiny little fleet of vehicles. And because you don't have sufficient data to train on, you have to hard code things in, have a very brittle solution, and as soon as something comes up that your fleet has not yet encountered, massive, epic, public fail. A tough day for Waymo and the Tesla needs LiDAR crowd. This may well be the last time a power outage causes such an epic public failure from the Waymo fleet, specifically in the event of a power outage, but I have a sneaking suspicion due to the lack of data because of their tiny fleet. This won't be the last time we see an edge case pop up and the Waymo fleet very publicly and embarrassingly fail another IQ test. And don't forget, big updates to my Tesla fair valuation out till 2035, just posted on Patreon. Check out the link in the pinned comment. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.